So I did my presentation on fetal alcohol syndrome, which is also known as FAS. So the main question everyone is going to ask is, what is FAS? So it is a condition when the mother is pregnant with a child and she drinks any type of alcohol with that said child during the pregnancy. It reverts and results to FAS in a child, which ends up prolonging and making things worse for the child down the road. It doesn't have to be a lot of alcohol. It could be just simply 1 or 2 sips a day, or even just 2 days, say you had alcohol. That can still be a very big major thing for the baby and create FAS. If you go down here to the brains, we have on the left side a normal child's brain, and on the right side we have a child's brain that has FAS. As you can see, there's a very big distinguished difference there. The FAS child's brain has a very lighter color shade to it, as well as it's very more shrunken, it's shrank down, and it also, as you can see, there is absolutely no line whatsoever really there. And that's a really big problem, because imagine Play-Doh. You took one color that's pink and one color that's white and you just smashed it together. That is what's happening over here. And that is what's actually eventually going to create our learning disabilities down here, which we will get to. What is the life expectancy? I was very surprised by this, but it's actually an estimation of 34 years, which is about 42% of their population. I was expecting it to be lower, but it's on the brighter side that it's not. Symptoms of FAS, a very big one, major one, is the facial deformities. If there's some deformities of the face of the child at birth, then it's a really big sign of FAS right in the beginning. Underdeveloped brain goes back up to here. Learning disabilities also connects with the brain, which also then leads to behavioral issues, which then leads to cognitive impairment, which is when they don't really understand much. They can't comprehend like we do. Thus, they have to go to therapy for like speaking and walking, everyday things, just because of the fact that they don't have the cognitive brain to be there and help them through it like normal children like us did. And then overall, just poor general health overall is very bad. Go up here. Is there a cure? No, there is not a cure like most, but there is an early intervention services, which is where from birth to 3 years old, there's a group of people that will actually go to therapy with his or her child, and will teach them how to walk, teach them how to talk, and any therapeutical thing that could help them in life thrive, which is really nice and it helps them a lot. Something I found interesting was that FASD is commonly misdiagnosed as autism spectrum disorder. I was very sad about that, but I also learned that it's only most commonly misdiagnosed when there is no big facial deformities, which makes sense because I can see how ASD could be put with FAS if there's no facial deformities. Another big thing is, here's some real life kid examples of facial deformities. These are the major ones. As you can tell, they all have a very thin upper lip. It's a really big main one. Number 1 and number 3 have really big eyes, which is another one. They all also have a very oblong head, kind of looks like an alien. Those are all very big major things to look for when dealing with FAS. And then finally, I have my little drawing over here. So I'm just trying to depict on what happens with the mother during pregnancy in the womb. So this is the wine, and that mother's going to drink the wine. It's going to go down, and it's going to go down through her tube, and then it's going to go through the umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is going to actually suck that up into the baby, and then as soon as it sucks it up, it's actually going to go straight into her central nervous system in her brain, and as soon as it goes and hits the central nervous system is actually when it starts to break down the brain and make it look like this over here. So it's not a couple day thing, a couple week thing. As soon as it hits it, it starts breaking down the brain, which is absolutely absurd to me. But yes, that's what happens. And that was my little presentation. And here are my sources. I have 4 of them. And yeah, enjoy.